In this video, I want to tell you how I manifested somebody contacting me from my past and I hadn't heard from that person in I don't know how many years, at least 10, I assume, if not longer. And yeah, how did this happen? How did I manifested contact from that specific person? Yes, I already recorded 2 videos about my time in New York. One was about how I accidentally manifested meeting a snake, manifested meeting my biggest fear, my phobia. And the other one, how I manifested changing host families and living in my dream house. And it is connected to that. The thing is, I just recorded maybe like 1 or 2 weeks ago the video about the snake meeting, encountering, and of course that reminded me about my time in New York. And then I had the idea like, oh wait, I actually once manifested living in my dream house. And then of course when I think about that house, I think about my time there and the people who lived there, especially my host mom. The thing is, when I was living there, I felt really welcome. I felt loved. It was amazing. I loved being there. But then when I left, it was a bit like out of sight, out of mind. I really, you could say, loved my host mom because it felt so good to have this nurturing person in my life. I reached out all the time. I called them on any holiday or just once in a while just to talk about them. But they never called me, and that's something that kind of made me sad, even though I didn't think too much about it in the beginning. I was just the one calling them. But after a while, I was like, and when I say after a while, I'm saying a couple of years, I thought, wait, they never call me. And it's not like they cannot afford calling me because they had way more money than me. It was a rich family. It was like this kind of money that the host mom just bought a brand new BMW for my host dad as a birthday gift, as a surprise. Money was there, so they could basically afford a long distance call from the United States to Germany. It's something they could have afforded if they wanted to do that. It was not like, oh, I cannot afford a long distance call. Remember there was like a time internet was like really a big thing. Yeah, there was like chatting going on, but there was, I don't think Skype existed. WhatsApp didn't exist back then. We're talking about, I was an exchange student from 1999 till 2000, so it's a while back. So I was the one always reaching out. Actually never heard from them doing the first step. And then I remember when Facebook came out and you find your people there and you maybe haven't spoken to in a while, because after a while I gave up. I was always the one reaching out and nothing came back, so I stopped. And then you talk occasionally, but not really, just like you find the other person and like, hey, you're doing and stuff, and then nothing happens again. So my host mom, I believe since I came back in the year of 2000, so that's 22 years now, never reached out to me. She was never the first one to reach out, not ever. I don't remember it once, not even on my birthday, like never. But now that I have been thinking about the last 2 videos, about manifesting the house and the snake experience. The snake experience was actually not when I was living with them. It was while I was living with my host family. It was like within the first 1, 2, 3 days or so that I came to New York. But what happened this week is that all of a sudden I got a message on Facebook, and I have to say I actually deleted people from that time, except for the few that I still occasionally have been in touch. But a while back I just deleted everybody who is no longer part of my life out of my Facebook friends, because I was like, why would I want to be Facebook friends if you never heard from these people? Why should they participate in my life online? Why should I participate in their seeing their feeds if you don't talk to each other anymore? So there was no grudges. It was just like a cleaning phase. I deleted a bunch of people back then, and I thought I would never hear from them again because it was so long ago. Again, it was from year 2000. But this week after thinking about these videos, all of a sudden I got a Facebook message from my host mom. And really surprising. I really didn't see that coming. But then again, it proves everyone is you pushed out. When you put your focus, your thoughts onto someone, then they can come. But if you're wondering now, why didn't she come and you thought about her earlier? Well, because there was some pain attached or some sadness attached. There was, when we have some kind of attachment, it cannot come. I'm just thinking about the Abraham Hicks metaphor. Esther Hicks, she's always talking about, that cork when you hold it underwater, and this is what negative emotions or thoughts do. Then your manifestation cannot come. But if you release the negative thoughts, the cork is always floating up. I was thinking about her, but there was no negative emotions. There was nothing attached anymore. And I'm not saying that you can only manifest people if there's nothing attached. No. You can manifest people if there's good stuff attached, but you cannot manifest somebody reaching out if there's negative emotions attached. But I had released those. And then when I was thinking about her, just about that time, from a neutral space, the same probably would have happened if I was thinking about them from a happy space. It was everyone that you pushed out. It was thought transmission. It was a signal sent to the universe, and the universe reacted. She is part of me. She is part of my projection. She is part of my experience in this quantum bubble. So the signal got sent out and it got answered within a couple of days, which means that you can manifest contact with any person, basically, just not if you are in some kind of longing, fearful, negative thinking. If you focus on the person being absent, you're manifesting them being absent. I didn't try to manifest her, to be honest. It was like an accidental manifestation. But you can still manifest somebody on purpose, wanting them to reach out. If you focus on them reaching out and it makes you happy and you get into that space, and as long as you don't have a stronger program in the subconscious that would stop it, because the universe is not stupid. You cannot fake it. You cannot think, oh, I'm thinking positive right now so that they come, because they're not here, and you have all of the negative stuff in the subconscious. If that is the dominant energy, then it doesn't matter what you're doing there. Do you think positive? It's more important what is underneath all of that. What are your beliefs about that person? If your beliefs about that person are, they're never coming, so now I have to think positive so they will come faster, that's not going to work. You have to really, really do the work to rewrite the programs. You have to change your perception on that person. But yeah, to me, just like, it was an accidental manifestation. Everyone is you pushed out, and I manifested contact from a person I hadn't seen in 22 years, and there was not a lot of contact after that. For the first couple of years, I called a couple of times a year because I couldn't afford calling all the time, and then it just stopped. And then when Facebook came out, there was very shallow contact. I think we were talking once or twice maybe, and then that fizzled out as well. And anyway, so she reached out, but it's no surprise. It was just one short contact, but I don't know if there's anything more to come. Maybe it is. She apparently had adopted a child and has a grandchild now. That's living in Germany. And she told me the town is 1.5 hours from where I live, so I assume she would even come to the airport from my town, because that's probably the biggest airport in the area. It's one of the biggest in Europe, to be honest. So that maybe if she comes back to Germany, I don't know, maybe she'll reach out and we'll meet. Why not? Anyway, if this video helped you in some way, don't forget to like, subscribe, hit the bell icon. If you are interested in personal coaching, you can reach out. I would love to hear from you, and I wish you all the best. Please make sure you click on the videos YouTube is suggesting now, and have a good day now. Bye bye.